What's going on YouTube? It's your host Bruce GNT, and we are back talking about congestion pricing once more. And honestly, this might be one of the last episodes, updates talking about congestion pricing, because it seems like they're saying, hey look, by the end of this week, done, finito, over. Even though I'm hearing that it seems like towards the end of this week they're gonna get rid of congestion pricing. I already know how the MTA is. I already know how some of the officials, political officials over there in New York are, especially Kathy Hochul. They're not gonna go down without a fight. They're saying, nah, we're gonna keep this. So we're gonna keep up to date, but this might be one of the last times we ever really talk about it, because I don't know. I don't see it staying around for much longer. But we're not gonna waste any time. We're pretty much gonna jump right into this, and then we're gonna talk about it all the way through.
Well, by the end of the week, New York City's controversial congestion pricing plan may no longer exist. The Federal Highway Administration has said the program must end by Friday, but New York officials, well, they promised a fight.
After 2 eventful months, News 12 New Jersey's Tom Krasnowski checked in with drivers from both sides of the river to see the impact on the toll of commuting.
Congestion pricing, how's it affecting you?
Sucks. It sucks.
I was like, wow, it came in the mail. So it's really costly though.
Congestion pricing began in Manhattan below 60th Street back on January 5th. It became $9 more expensive to enter the city by the Holland and Lincoln tunnels, with the congestion relief charge added on top of what drivers already pay to take the tunnel. Morning traffic into the city, just crawling along on that 4-lane. That's the George Washington Bridge. This is the way drivers would enter the city to avoid paying the $9 congestion fee. But has this new fee actually made a difference in the so-called congestion relief zone?
No difference. They're just making money off of us.
People have to come to work no matter what. If you live in New Jersey, you gotta come. You have to go through that.
The MTA has released data suggesting that vehicle traffic is down compared to last year. A Brown University student study using Google Maps has shown...
Look, they may have studies showing it, but the minute you say the MTA anything, no, you're invalid. No one's trusting what the MTA got to say. And it's a sad thing, because we're trusting these people to take us to where we got to get to in a timely fashion. And the people as a whole, I can't say as a whole, but the people, look, most people I know, they don't trust the MTA. They hear whatever they got to say. They just like, look, you guys are crooks, allegedly. Allegedly, I ain't saying you guys are crooks. Don't come after me now. But they don't care what the MTA has to say. They saying, look, we feeling it right now. You can say all that rah-rah bull crap and say, hey, look, it's better. And people are just sitting in traffic like, no, it's not. I talked to some of my people. They said they don't really know as much of a difference. But if the data says another thing, who am I to refute data? I mean, I would definitely like it to be reviewed by many other places, but that's what they say.
The average commute time over the Holland Tunnel at 7 a.m. improved from just under 23 minutes to about 13. The Lincoln Tunnel has seen a savings at the same time from 8 minutes to 6. But not everyone is convinced. MTA was saying there's less cars on the road, but you're not buying that?
No. Trust me, I'm on the road all the time. The traffic is worse.
One of the goals was to increase the use of public transit into the city. NJ Transit has yet to release public data on this, but CEO Chris Calori told us.
No offense, but brother, like he bursting out his suit. I don't know. I mean, he well fed, so I know he coming with some type of facts, because he's thinking clearly and everything like that. He had his breakfast. I'm not liking the fit of that suit, not at all.
In February, that the impact hasn't been as significant as expected.
There's anecdotal evidence on the bus lines that certain lines are seeing some minimal increase. On the train lines, I haven't seen in the data that there's actual increase in ridership the way people are saying it is.
I used to drive a little bit, but definitely now with the congestion pricing, I just get the train.
A recent Siena College poll among New Yorkers indicated that although more residents statewide want the fee to end, support has increased among city dwellers.
I'm sure if you live in downtown Manhattan, it's probably a good thing to have congestion pricing, less traffic. But if you're a commuter, I think, having congestion pricing is just another tax on us people. So it's less money in the pocket, which I think a lot of people are not going to like.
A costly addition to the toll of commuting. Fort Lee, Tom Krasnowski, News 12, New Jersey.
Hey, look, my thing is this, right? It seems like overall, just like what that last gentleman has said, people are pretty much, if they live in the city, they don't mind it because they're seeing the results of the congestion pricing kind of limiting the amount of vehicles that they see on the road. But the people that commute there, which I'll venture to say that there's a lot more people in and out the city as opposed to the ones that just centralize there because they live there. They're saying, hey, look, this is not working. This is rough. This is real rough. I'm interested to see what's going to happen Friday because that's what they said is going to end. And like I said before, New Yorkers, or better yet, the ones that are in charge of New York, they're going to fight for it. The MTA, they're going to fight for that. They want that extra money because they're using it oh so well, right? Tell me your thoughts. Tell me exactly what you think. I mean, on my other videos, you guys have definitely voiced that for the most part, not all, but for the most part, a lot of you guys are just against it. And trust me, I understand why. But do you think that there's another way this could be implemented to where we could limit the amount of traffic? Or do you just think that's it? Like, you can't. Like, New York is New York. It's a central hub for a lot of business and money. It's not going to go anywhere. It's not going to change. Just let me know. Tell me what you think. But that's it for this video. You guys already know the drill. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video. Comment down below and subscribe if you want more. Because, like I said, I'm going to be keeping up with this as much as I can because I'm interested. And not only that, I'm interested in Kathy Hochul. I don't trust a person whose eyebrows don't move when they speak. And hers don't move worth a lick. And I'm just interested to see, like, how this whole thing is going to affect her. Especially when it comes to just her approval rating. But, yeah, that's it for now. Peace.